We have one final act in the competitive section before the judges deliberate, and the wonderful Adam Hopkins comes on and gives us his set. One final act. Are you ready for your final act in the competition? Then keep that applause going, and please welcome to the stage Amber Phillips.
Thank you so much. Now, when I told people that I was doing a comedy competition, they gave me the same advice, which was basically just, treat it like any other gig. Treat it like any other gig, which I was going to do until I had to follow what's arguably the world's weirdest Ocado delivery. How do you follow that? But I've come to you today from my home county of Essex. Hey, I am an Essex girl. Don't worry, I'm not a shit one. No, because there are two things I have to prove that I'm not a shit Essex girl. I have two things. First thing I have is GCSEs. Hey, someone appreciates qualifications. Thank you. The second thing I have is my original eyebrows. Hashtag original eyebrows. But no, seriously, Essex girls get a lot of flack, don't they? Nobody talks about Essex dads. Have any of you met an Essex dad? Oh my God, meet an Essex dad. It will completely change your perspective on Essex people, right? I was on a train platform in Basildon because I should be doing better with my life. And I was there with a toddler in a buggy and an Essex dad. Father-daughter, clearly exhausted after a day of father-daughter bonding in the local William Hill. And the toddler was screaming away. But Essex dad wasn't having any of it. And he snapped. Essex dad snapped. And what he did, if I could just use you, sorry, what's your name?
Holly.
Holly, if I could just use you, Holly, for one moment, okay? Imagine you're my piece of shit child. So what Essex dad did was, he didn't shout. He just bent down, got really low, and really close. Fixed her in the eye like that. Like a Poundland Derren Brown. And he said, "Oi, you shut your mouth. You don't need nothing." That was quite powerful, wasn't it? That was a moment. But the child went silent, absolutely silent, as if she sat there and thought about it for a minute and thought, no, he's right, actually, I don't need nothing. Extraordinary. But I've been, shielding for quite a long time, so I've been out of lockdown for not very long, and I've got kind of mixed feelings about coming back out because I forgot how much I loved people. I also forgot how much I hate people. I initially came out of lockdown full of love for my fellow man until I got back out and met my fellow man. Then I remembered that my fellow man is an arse. People are arse, aren't they? Absolute arse. I used to work in a supermarket, right? And I boggle at the stuff that I used to put up with from people in there. I used to work in the in-store bakery, because of my GCSEs. And as an introvert, I quite liked being in the bakery because you were hidden from the customers behind the wall of shelves where the bread was, behind the slats. You felt safe behind the slats. To be honest, I just like the word slats. Slats. But you felt safe behind the slats because 9 times out of 10, customers would come up, they would look at your beautiful produce that you had microwaved 5 minutes before. They would pick something and they would go. 9 times out of 10 that happened. And then you would get the one. And I know you know the one. There's at least one of you in here. The people who come up to the counter and take it as a personal affront that their bread is not there. So what do? They peep. Through the slats, they peep at you like that. Look. They peep. Excuse me. Lurking like a little pastry goblin. Oh. The bakery was fun. I say I was a baker. It was more defrosting tiger baguettes with alarmingly lax hygiene. I'm sorry if you buy supermarket bread, right? It's so dirty in there. It's so filthy. The worst bit was the oven gloves. They don't change those oven gloves. And the only way I can describe it is, have you seen the film Trainspotting? Do you remember the scene with the worst toilet in Scotland? Yeah. These oven gloves were the worst oven gloves in Scotland! They were awful. They were full of, like, viscous matter, full of, like, dark slime and old biscuits. It was like putting your hand inside Piers Morgan. But speaking of filth, I know Justina touched on this, right? But over the lockdown, it got so bad for me not going out that I missed going to a Wetherspoons. Like, I actually missed it. Because Wetherspoons started out quite promisingly, didn't it? In the beginning, Tim Martin, before we cared about his politics, he was just a man with a face like a melted ham. And he said to the people of Britain, I can offer you bland decor and hash browns at any time of the day. What do you think? And we sat there and we thought about it and we went, yeah, okay. Yeah, we'll have that. But what that did was that decimated a load of pubs that had proper character, didn't it? Like, because Wetherspoons look all modern on the outside and all slick. There are fluids everywhere. All the fluids known to man exist in a Wetherspoons. I think that's why we developed a COVID vaccine so quickly. They just took a swab of the carpet in the wheat sheaf. Statistically, it's there, isn't it? But I miss, like, old pubs that were honestly dirty. You know, like a mucky pub. Like a mucky pub. You know, a mucky pub. Like a dirty, filthy, mucky pub. A mucky pub. Like, you know a pub, yeah? That's, like, proper mucky, yeah? Like a mucky pub. Where there's a benign layer of filth on everything. Where fabric and stain have become one. The sort of place you go into and there's patches of gonorrhea on the carpet that have been there for so long, they've become sentient. I miss those places. Because in a Wetherspoons, you don't even have to talk to anyone to order food. You can do it on your phone, can't you, on an app? Through the magic and wires of technology, you can order hash browns to your table without having to talk to anyone at all. No one at all. Not in a mucky pub. In a mucky pub, you had to negotiate with the landlord. Someone who would just sit there staring at you like death. Going, how dare you come in here and ask for things? The sort of person where you'd go up to the bar and ask for a rum and coke and just go, oi, you shut your mouth. You don't need nothing. Guys, you've been wonderful. My name's Amber Phillips. Thank you. Good night.
Give it up one more time for Amber Phillips.